Hello, welcome to the Esoteric Empire. This is a food for thought. If you want to see or listen to more food for thought videos, I do have a playlist on my channel named Food for Thoughts. So go ahead and give that a click if you are interested in whatever I have to say in this particular message. So this food for thought is about something that DMX ended up saying in his Drink Champs interview, or the little podcast conversation. DMX was a Sagittarius, and if you know me, you know that I'm all about astrology and astronomy and natal charts and all of that stuff and how it influences a person. And he's a Sagittarius, and if you know anything about me, you know that Sagittarius people literally are all around me, always have been since I was little. Even in my ancestry, there's just so many Sagittariuses. So there's something about the wisdom that a Sagittarius possess as far as their optimism on things and just allowing life to happen, and going with the flow. And I learn a lot from them, just in general. And so he said something that really spoke to me. And of course, if you know anything about DMX, yes, he was a rapper, but honestly, he was a preacher. There was something about his voice, just his voice alone was so distinct. And it made you listen, and it put passion behind whatever he was saying, even if it was negative or positive. And he always had something really deep about what he was really saying, if you really paid attention. He was a poet. And so even when he just spoke, just in general, when he's just speaking to people and having a conversation, I always found that he's so poetic. And he said something that really, it really hit me in a way. I don't know if it was just the timing of when I heard it or what I was going through, but the message that I received from him through what he was saying, he said, it takes too much energy to not trust someone. When they show you who they are, believe them. Something along those lines. That's what stuck out to me. And me being who I am, I do have a tendency to, I'm not a people person. I'm working on it. I'm not a people person, but I love analyzing and observing people, but I don't like interacting with them. And because I don't understand it. It doesn't really make sense to me. And if it doesn't make sense to me, I don't want to do it. So anyways, he said that, and it hit me because I'm a person who, I have these really big, outlooks on things and perspectives, and I'm a very deep thinker, very critical thinker. And there's so many things that I would like to do in life, but in order to do that, you have to trust. And you have to trust people. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust, how can I put it? It's like when you're walking on something that's not stable, or when you're little and you're walking down those little bridges on the playground and they're like shaky. That fear that you don't have when you're little and you just run across and you don't care if you fall, like, that has gone away from me. Okay. And I'm trying to get back into the habit of being more childlike in that way, where I'm not afraid to try. I'm not afraid to jump. I'm not afraid to fly, as corny as that sounds. But in doing that as an adult, you do have to kind of trust people, or at least in my path, that's what I'm learning. And when he said that, it took so much anxiety away from me, because there's this feeling that it's like you have to watch your back. That's how I always feel. I gotta watch my back. I gotta watch people's intention. I don't know what they want. I don't know if it's good. And that becomes so draining. And it's like I always knew that, but when he said it, it was so simple. It takes way too much energy to not trust someone. It really does. And what I was realizing is that, especially on my journey as a spiritual person, and me dedicating my life to expanding and evolving and ascending spiritually, trust, like, everything I do is not tangible as far as tarot, connecting with spirit, channeling, dreams. All of that is not tangible, but I trust that. You understand what I'm saying? So the irony of me not being able to trust others outside of me, which I can tangibly touch, see, feel, hear, it's strange. I trust the spirit world more than I trust humans. And I am a human, also spirit, but you know what I'm saying. And while I'm not saying that you should just go in and trust everyone full force or whatever, what I am saying is if you are walking in alignment, and especially if you're getting confirmation from spirit that things are okay, or you can do this, and if you've gone through experiences and time again, you've seen and felt that you are protected, trusting a person, while it can be scary and while people can let you down, you have to allow yourself to do that. Because what I'm learning is that even if someone betrays your trust, they really just betrayed themselves. It's an ego thing when we say, I can't trust you. It's an ego thing when we say, I have to do this by myself because everyone out is out to get me. Because honestly, most people don't give a fuck about what you have going on. There's probably a handful of people who really care about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And to think that someone is out there to sabotage it, where it may be true, but even if it is, if you're protected, you're protected, man. Like, and that's just what I've learned. And it's a process. It's something that I'm learning as an individual. And I'm sure if you are relating to what I'm saying, you do have to constantly remind yourself, you are okay. You are protected. If so-and-so betrays your trust, or if a person shows you their true colors, believe them, and don't try to change what you think that they should be. Don't fall for the tricks. Don't ignore the red flags, but also be aware of when it's really just your mind trying to get you to run away from something because it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if someone does betray you, understand that, like, one, it's good that you saw it because then you don't have to deal with their shit. But two, okay, lesson learned. Like, if you are chosen, or if you are a person who is spiritual and you follow a certain path and you're learning, them betraying you is just basically telling you that that's just not the person that needs to be around you. And for some reason, I just feel like all of that is going to be dealt with. Like, you just kind of have to know that that's what it is. Like, that's going to be dealt with karmically, energetically, you know. And of course, sometimes things hurt, but it's really not that big of a deal. And if you know who you are, if they fuck up, or if they leave, or if they whatever, they're losing out. It's not you. And I just feel like trust is it's such a crazy topic, because trust is something that you generally have when you're little. It's just usually along the line, whether it's when you were a child or when you're a teenager, or, you know, just throughout life, you know, things happen, and it teaches you that, you know, everyone is not to be trusted. But it's really just to get you to understand that you can't just jump off of anything and not get hurt. You know, like when you're a kid, like, you don't have any fear of that stuff. So it's really just the training wheels. But like I said, if you are doing what you're supposed to do in your journey, and you're genuinely asking source, working with source, and really manifesting the things that are for your greatest path, chances are you don't have to worry about trust. You don't have to worry about all that. Just know that you're not alone. Even if you feel like you can't trust anyone, like, if you don't have God, or if you don't have source, or if you don't have your ancestors, if you don't trust anything, then you really are the fool. You have to believe in something, even if it's just yourself. So trust yourself that you're making good decisions when picking people to be in your life, or choosing who to be, friends with, or in a relationship with. You have to trust yourself too, because if you don't trust anyone, that means you don't trust yourself either, because it means you don't know, or you feel as though you don't know how to choose the right entities to be in your life. And that's a tough pill to swallow. It's something I'm learning, and it's something that I genuinely feel like I have to really work through. I believe that is part of the reason why I have so many Sagittarius people in my life, because they have this way of kind of just allowing life to happen. And for some reason, that's very, very hard for me at times. And they have this way of, whenever I start not freaking out, but freaking out about life, and I just feel like everything's going to shit, or it's not going to work out, or they have this way of really calmly and subtly just being like, calm the fuck down. They don't literally say that, but that's what it is. It's like, it's going to work out. Like, you just need to chill, you know? And so when DMX said that, you know, it takes too much energy to not trust someone. Just let people be who they are. And when they show you who they are, believe them. With that, it gave me so much ease. It gave me a peace of mind. And I just wanted to kind of put that message out there for those of you who are struggling with trust. Obviously pay attention to what's going on. Like he said, whenever they show you, you have to believe them. But at the same time, allow yourself to be okay with like the way that things are going and not be worried about how it's going to be fucked up. And again, I know how hard that can be, especially for worry warts like myself, but it's possible. And it really does feel good to really explore new things, because I was thinking, if I really just didn't trust myself and I didn't trust that my ancestors and my guides were really there with me and making this crazy decision that I made to just go travel, if I was afraid, I wouldn't have been able to come back with all this information. I wouldn't have been able to experience the people and the energy of that place. And that would have been a chapter that would have been missing from my book of life. You know what I mean? So you really, you don't want to live like that. You don't want to live like that. And just remember that this whole life that you chose to come to, you're supposed to be doing something with it, okay? So just don't be so afraid to try new shit. Try new horizons, man. Like, travel, like, go places, mentally and physically. Emotionally, go places. See what you like, see who you like, see who's compatible for you. And if it doesn't work out, doesn't work out. But just know that all of this is leading you to your greatest good. And if you only have one path to go down, then it's not gonna be fun. Like, try different ways to get to the end line. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know that we're gonna die. So you might as well, in the in-between stage, try new things. Try things that make you feel good. See what you like. If you don't even try things, how do you know what you like? I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and end this food for thought. But I really, really do hope that it helps someone feel confident in the decisions that they're making. And just know that you can do whatever you want to do. You can try whatever you want to do. And as long as you are walking with faith, trust, knowledge, and awareness, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Thanks for listening to this message. I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next one.